for Innos.
That was obvious. I'm not telling you anything new. I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Where do you come from?
From the mainland. My people and I fled here.
Nobody ever asked.
The situation there is getting worse. The orcs leaving but burned out villages behind. The king has lost control of his realm.
Where are your people now?
I left them. They thought they could take everything they wanted, even if it doesn't belong to them. Count me out.
Anything from me.
What else do you know about the war?
The orcs are outside the capital.
Someone's got to
But whether it's fallen yet, I don't know. The last thing I heard was that the king is dead. But I don't believe that.
What are you doing here in the castle?
I heard about the dragons and wanted to help fight them. Unfortunately, I lost my sword when I was sneaking past the orcs. And now I'm stuck here. Without a sword, I can't get out of here. And the swords I can buy here are the worst junk.
Don't say you didn't know that. It's a bad business.
I shall find your sword.
That would be great. You should look for it on the high cliff to the south.
Don't tell me.
I probably lost it there, near the orc tents.
I hardly know what to believe anymore. That's
Hey,
what I heard.
it was a really stupid idea to come here. I thought there was something to be had here. But there's nothing here but a few arrogant paladins and orcs.
Some don't even know how wicked they are. That's really not my problem.
You forgot about the dragons.
How could I forget? I'll tell you what, I'm a blacksmith, not a warrior. Look, I make weapons. The fighting I leave to others.
Then why aren't you standing behind an anvil?
The paladins here won't let me into the smithy. I can't make anything unless I want to wind up in the dungeon.
Innos enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom.
I'll try to help you.
How will you manage that? Parsifal has ordered a watch kept on us. No one would dare to disregard it.
I'll do whatever I can.
I can't imagine that he would listen to you.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Where do you come from?
I've joined up with some men from the mountains. We were headed for the valley to make a real profit hunting dragons. Their leader went by the name of Silvio. Boy, what an ass. He treated me like I was his property.
Anything from me.
What happened in the castle?
Nothing that I've heard. Of course, I'm worried about what's happened outside the castle.
I'm not touching that. Innos enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom.
Hey!
It's obvious. That was obvious all along.
What are you doing here?
I'm getting ready to fight. What else?
That's all just gossip.
Who do you want to fight against?
I thought I'd drop in on the paladins and kick their fat asses. Idiot. Against the dragons, of course. What did you think?
But he knew that all.
Don't the paladins mind you being here?
Nonsense. They have entirely different problems. Most of them are glad to be still alive. The boys' morale isn't the best. That will be their downfall. I mean, just look at those nicked blades they're fixing to go into battle with. Any reasonable warrior would desert immediately.
Justice will prevail and...
Have you separated from your group?
My group? I don't have a group. I'm a trophy collector. If I go home without a trophy, then I won't know what I came for. So I can't use anybody else.
If he doesn't
Have you set eyes on a dragon yet?
No. I want to get my weapons in shape before I set off.
Do you really believe that?
Aren't you afraid that somebody might beat you to it?
What? Who? Silvio? Have you seen the pathetic figures he's got with him? Silvio can be glad if he gets out of here alive.
Someone's got to...
Silvio was here?
Here in the castle, you mean? Yeah, he was. But only for a short time. He chatted with a few people here and then set out again.
I've my own...
So where is Silvio now?
The paladins here mentioned an ice dragon in the west. It's supposed to be the most dangerous and powerful of them all. You should have seen the gleam in Silvio's eye when he heard that. One guess where he went.
Anything new? I've my own...
You don't seem to like him.
What do you mean, like? I'm not particularly proud that I know him. Silvio doesn't have any friends. He needs people who follow him no matter what. That's not for me. I work alone.
For that is the will of Innos.
Can you help me improve my weapons?
Improve? Better to buy something new and throw away the junk you're carrying around. Maybe something for you. Interested?
I'm no better off myself.
What can you sell me?
I don't really have much for a magician, but you can take a look anyway.
I'm no better off myself. He didn't get that from me. That's all just gossip. He didn't get that from me. I'm not telling you anything new.
Do you have any news?
The dragon hunters have arrived. They strike me as tough bastards, and I hope they are, because otherwise they won't survive for long.
Show me your wares.
Anything from me. Someone's gonna pay for that. You mustn't believe everything you hear. He would have never thought of that himself. I don't know why you get so worked up.
It's good that you've come. All hell is breaking loose here.
What happened?
The dragon hunters are strutting around here in the castle and bragging that they can solve the dragon problem. But I'll tell you what, the way they look, they won't even kill a sick old snapper. A lot of us are getting really worried by now and no longer truly believe that we'll ever make it out of here alive.
Weren't there 2 of you sentinels up here?
Not anymore. Sengrath stood here on the battlements when suddenly he fell asleep. His good crossbow fell down when that happened. We could only just see one of the orcs snatch it up and disappear with it into the darkness. Sengrath woke up then and just ran into the night towards the orc palisades. He hasn't come back since. Innos, be with us.
Hey, you! You're pulling such a long face.
Oh, damn it to hell. I tell you, you have to watch like a hawk. If you turn your back for a moment, all your stuff is gone. Dirty scum.
Did someone steal from you?
No, they smuggled 20 gold pieces into my pocket. Of course they stole something, you idiot. I tell you, when I get my hands on the dirty swine...
What scum?
Those dragon-hunting riffraff, of course. Who do you think I was talking about? You gotta watch out, I tell you.
So what are you missing?
My purse, with all my savings in it. And now it's gone.
It'll turn up somewhere.
When I get my hands on him.
I think I found your purse.
What? Where? What bastard did that?
I suspect one of the dragon hunters.
I knew it. Just wait. I'll give those swine what for.
Don't say you didn't know that. If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Stop it at once!
God, a fight. Don't say you didn't know that.
Well, I think I'll take your weapon.
That was obvious. Innos enlightens all those...
Oh, my head.
I'm not touching that.
Oh, man. My head.
I hardly know what to believe.
Relax.
Yes, master. I'll try.
Completely. He didn't get that from me.
He listened to the wrong people.
It can't go on like this forever.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
For that is the will of Enos.
Nobody will...
Don't I know you? You were Korangar. You used to be a Templar in the swamp camp.
Call me Angar. I have set aside my title. The Brotherhood of the Sleeper has disbanded. Curious, but you seem somehow familiar to me. Yet I cannot quite recall you.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I haven't been able to sleep properly for some time. These constant nightmares.
How did you get here?
After the collapse of the magic barrier, I hid myself in the mountains. It became time for me to do something. I strayed about for days until I suddenly awoke in the castle. Do not ask me what happened. I don't know. To make matters worse, I have also lost the amulet which I have had for years. I shall go mad if I do not find it again.
I can't believe it.
What will you do next?
I shall rest a while first, so that I may take up the search for my lost amulet. I have heard something of dragons. It is also being said that many warriors have come to the Valley of Mines to hunt them. I am thinking of joining them.
The Brotherhood of the Sleeper has been enslaved by evil. Your former friends from the swamp camp roam the land wearing black robes, feeling really irritated by anything that moves.
What are you talking about? The last thing I remember is that the barrier collapsed, accompanied by a nerve-shattering scream. Stricken with panicked fear, we fell to the ground, writhing in pain. That voice, it grew ever louder. And then, when it was over, they all ran mad and disappeared into the bleak night, screaming loudly. I have not seen them again.
They serve the enemy now and are nothing but soulless warriors of evil.
By all the gods, would that I had not allowed myself to be blinded so. That will never happen to me again. That I swear.
Where exactly did you lose your amulet?
Somewhere in the south. Shortly before I awoke here in the castle. I suspect it was stolen. I absolutely must have it back.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
You hardly know who to...
Maybe I can help you find your amulet.
Why not? Some help cannot hurt.
That was obvious all along.
What about the dragon hunters?
I will speak with them later. Maybe they can use a strong arm.
That's not what I heard.
When will you go?
As soon as I feel better.
Where do you want to look?
I shall go to the south, where I was last. There is a cave tomb there, surrounded by many boulders.
See that I can't help him.
I've got to go.
Watch your back.
I have my own opinion about that.
I found your amulet.
Thank you. I thought I would never see it again.
What makes it so special for you?
It was a gift.
I see.
I have my own opinion about
What are you planning to do now?
Get out of this accursed valley. Perhaps we shall meet again. Farewell.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion.
That was obvious all along.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Someone's got a pen.
Hey! Show me your wares. Hey, you! How's business?
So-so. I hope that the dragon hunters are as full of gold as they are of hot air. How about you? Is there anything else you need?
Who's ever gonna change that?
I'm in enough trouble as it is. Where did you pick that up, then?
All quiet.
Exactly
Quiet?
what I said.
Yeah.
But
My navel's rubbing against my backbone, man. Garan cut the food rations again.
Let's wait and see what happens.
If I don't get a decent meal down my throat, then I'm going to bite Garan's fat ass.
Not as much. Really didn't deserve
maybe I could give you something.
Are you crazy? Certainly not here. If one of the others sees, I'll have a ton of new friends, if you know what I mean. You can find me in the Magician's Temple when everyone else has retired. There's hardly anyone in the temple at this time anyway. I'll wait for you there. But just don't show up with dry bread or some raw hunk of meat, got it?
It can't go on like this forever. Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Who said that?
I can't believe that.
Why aren't you at work?
But that's disgusting. Have you had a look in my chamber? Those filthy meat bugs are everywhere. I have no idea who set up quarters in there before, but I'm certainly not going back into that filthy sty. I hate those beasts, and stop grinning like an idiot.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
That's nothing.
I'll get you now.
The meat bugs are gone. You can go back to pulling your thumb screws or whatever.
Are you sure that not one of those monsters is left?
Pretty sure.
All right, then. Here, take this gold as a token of my gratitude.
Oh, don't make me cry. Wait a minute.
He didn't get that.
Are you all right?
And are you sure those meat bugs are gone?
Look, there's one right behind you.
What? I'm out of here.
Those are all just rumors. Who said that?
You mustn't believe everything you hear. Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
I wouldn't have done that.
Where did you take
Those
that?
are all just rumors.
Enos enlightens all those who recognize his wisdom.
But he knew that all along.
I agree with you completely.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Will it ever
I
change?
can't believe that.
Better watch out.
I wouldn't have done that.
Hey, you!
I couldn't care less.
There is a problem with the smith.
What, Smith? He's disappeared into the woodwork. Is he back? Then you can tell him.
No, I'm talking about Jan, one of the dragon hunters. He's a smith.
That's good. Our previous smith just slinked off, the coward.
Jan would be willing to take over the smithy.
I see. So you think I can trust him?
Yes?
If you're so sure, then you can vouch for him. If he causes any trouble, you'll answer for it. Agreed?
I've got no time for things.
I'll vouch for Jan.
All right. He can use the smithy.
Don't have to ask me that.
Of course, he'll also have to provide my men with swords.
That isn't true.
I'm back.
I can see that for myself. Where are the reinforcements?
Lord Hagen will come as soon as he's settled everything. Much has happened.
I don't care. I need troops. There are more and more orcs, and we can't hold out much longer. My men are tired, and we're running out of provisions.
Some volunteers have arrived.
You mean the dragon hunters outside in the yard? They may help us, but there just aren't enough of them. If Hagen doesn't send some men soon, I can't make any guarantees.
Say that myself.
Can you give me more information about the dragons?
I have other things to worry about. My strategic officer Aura can tell you more about that.
Right or wrong.
Nothing's going to change about that.
I'm back already.
I never thought we would see you here again. After that scene when you were here a few days ago, I can see that you have been made a magician. My respects. Maybe your appearance is a good omen.
I need more information about the dragons.
A rather large swamp has developed in the last couple of days to the west of the old castle. That's rather suspicious, wouldn't you say?
Can I help?
At the moment, we seem to have done everything which is possible from here. There is something, however, something very important which you could do for us outside of these walls. We're planning to cut off the serpent's head.
What do you mean by that?
We know one of their leaders. His name is Hoshpak. He is one of the most influential shaman among the orcs.
And what is my role?
Kill him.
That's a joke.
It is not easy for me to ask this of you, Master, but you would be the best choice for this assignment. Hoshpak's tent is situated outside of the siege circle, on a cliff to the south of here. You can almost see it from one of the windows there.
I still need some equipment.
We don't have much left that we could give you. Well, I can offer you this.
I'll take the elixir of dexterity.
May your arrows never fail to hit their target. Here you are.
All right, I shall kill Hoshpak.
I am glad to hear that. Hoshpak's tent stands on a small cliff. You must have seen it before. It is not far from the path to our mine, directly in the shadow of the big mountain.
That will never...
Did anything important happen?
I'm worried. Very worried.
What for?
Recently, these men showed up. They call themselves dragon hunters. As far as I'm concerned, they're nothing but idlers and criminals. If it were up to me, I'd chase them all out of the castle. Let the orcs take care of them.
You should give them a chance.
They're getting one, unfortunately. Garand is convinced they can be of help to us, but I'll keep an eye on them. We have enough problem orcs. We really don't need more trouble.
You don't have to ask me that.
Just like you.
Do you really believe that?
Hey, you!
An opinion about that.
That was obvious.
Go get your hammer. There's work for you.
You did? How'd you manage that?
I had to vouch for you, so don't disappoint me.
Don't worry. I'm glad that I can work at all. It was just like you said.
You hardly know who to believe these days. That was obvious. I'd have done it differently.
I've heard a thing or two.